There's so much content out there which talks about what you need to do to be an effective leader. But in this short video, I want to share with you 3 things that you need to stop doing in order to be an effective leader. So let's get started. Let's dive deep in. The first thing, remember this fact. A leader who isn't open to questions ends up making questionable decisions. And why is that? Because opening up to questions will require you to be vulnerable. And being vulnerable produces a certain level of discomfort. And therefore, leaders kind of avoid this discomfort, right? But I'll tell you something that's worse off than facing discomfort. Well, it's facing the repercussions of a decision that's gone wrong just because you were not willing to open yourself up for questions. When a decision goes wrong, it impacts a large group of people, and more importantly, it negatively affects leadership credibility, right? So remember this, leaders who aren't open to questions end up making questionable decisions. The second aspect that you need to watch out for is this. Remember this. Leaders who are closed-minded end up closing the minds of the people that they lead. These leaders operate with a mindset of I know it all. Now, this I know it all attitude can either be conveyed explicitly or implicitly. Explicitly, by saying these words. You do just what I tell you to do. And if ever I need your opinion, I'll ask you for it. Now, these are famous words. I'm sure you've heard these words. Implicitly, just by their body language or leaders' body language can very easily convey that the leadership is closed, the mind of the leader is closed. And guess what? Team members very easily pick up these cues of a leader being closed. And as a consequence, team members feel discouraged, they feel demotivated, and worst of all, disengaged. All this causes them to say, hey, what's the point in me sharing anything? And therefore, they end up being closed themselves. Now, this is a great tragedy that can just happen because of this leadership error. Well, the third leadership error that I want to point out to you is that never criticize what you don't understand. Sometimes suggestions and ideas and are just thrown out of the window. Why? Not because these suggestions and ideas are poor quality. No, not because of that. But largely because the leader did not fully understand what the idea or suggestion was all about. So instead of asking questions, the leader felt kind of shy to explore more, and therefore as a defense reaction or a defense response, said, hey, this idea is no good at all. Let's just throw it out. Okay, let's just focus on what we are used to doing. And therefore teams and leadership styles tend to operate from what worked in the past. But you got to understand, what worked in the past may not be relevant in the now. Now, when this happens, many a breakthrough ideas or potential innovation go wasted just because the team members are scared or intimidated, either passively or actively, not to share their ideas. And therefore, they keep doing what they're used to doing, but they're expecting different results. Guess what? You're not going to get different results. So I shared with you these 3 common errors. 1, not being open to questions. 2nd, being closed-minded. 3rd, criticizing what you don't understand. I would encourage you to introspect. I would encourage you to ask for feedback from the people that you lead or the people that you have an influence over, and ask them, hey, do you see me being scared of questions? Do you see me being closed-minded? Do you see me criticizing? And if the answer is yes to that, then maybe you need to plug the gaps. Be mindful and plug the gaps. And every time you plug these gaps, remember, your leadership effectiveness is going to multiply. Thank you for watching Leadership Vocabulary with me, Rajiv. I would encourage you to share this video. I would encourage you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. You will find content on faith and leadership.